Today we're gonna make pecan snowballs or Russian tea cookies. It is a soft, tender, buttery pecan cookie that just melts in your mouth and is coated with powdered sugar, so there's a little sweetness on the outside, but the inside isn't too sweet. It's just a really beautiful, delightful cookie to eat with coffee or tea or like an afternoon snack, or really, I mean, let's be honest, anytime. If you're enjoying this video, be sure to hit the subscribe button below and click the bell icon to be notified every time I post a new and delicious recipe. Let's get into it. So we are gonna take about half of our pecans that I've finely chopped, and we're gonna pop this in a food processor. And the rest of our pecans are gonna go with our AP flour. Cool. Go ahead and just pulse this, give it a little pulse until they're very finely ground. You could do this by hand. I will tell you, it takes forever. You don't want to create a paste though. And pop this into, okay. We're gonna be aware of the size of our sleeves. And then we're gonna put this with our dry ingredients as well. All right, so in the bowl of the stand mixer, you could use a hand mixer as well. We are going to add our butter, which is softened. It's about room temperature actually at this moment. Pop that in. Go ahead and add your granulated sugar. Now, there is not much sugar in this, so like we're gonna cream it, but it's mostly butter, so don't be expecting a light and fluffy mixture. Scrape it down. Cool, that's it. Go ahead and add your salt to your dry mixture. Give those a whisk. I mean, you know, as best you can in the size bowl that you chose. Now, I have preheated my oven to 325 because this dough does not need to gel. And I am pretty stoked about that because that means that there will be snowballs in our lives very soon. I mean, they do taste better the next day, but like, you have to try one. So, that has been whisked. We're gonna add our vanilla. Sweet. We're gonna go ahead and start adding our dry ingredients. So go ahead and turn this on low. And slowly start to add all of this pecan flour mixture. It's gonna take a while, so I'm just gonna, oh my God, drop my whole bowl in there. I'm just gonna like let it kind of slowly add in. You could also add the whole thing at one time, but you know, why not help it out just a little bit? Okay. Scrape it down. And now you just wait. So you're gonna go ahead and let this mix until it creates a cohesive dough. You wanna make sure it's all combined and it's not shaggy or loose or crumbly looking. It's like all one happy dough. I'm gonna go ahead and scrape it down. It's almost there, to be honest. I'm just gonna make sure that the bottom gets incorporated as well. Okay. There she is. She's cleaned the sides of the bowl. Everything is together. We are ready to roll and bake. Grab a piece of parchment for your baking sheet. Give this a scrape. I'm gonna try and see if I've got a scoop that is a nice size for this, but we can also just spoon it out. Scooping, just make sure that they're kind of even size, and so that they bake at the same rate. It also gives you a nice, you know, kind of shape to start with, and it's faster. Okay, obviously we're not gonna bake them like this. They're hideous. So we're gonna roll them. I think I'm gonna spread out 2 sheets as well. Just, you know, to be on the err on the side of caution. So we'll just take our little pecan thing. This dough is really nice to work with, so it's not getting sticky or anything. It's really beautiful dough. Now these will kind of settle just a little bit, so they're not gonna be perfectly spherical. when they bake, they're gonna kind of settle a little bit. You're gonna have like a flat bottom. There's really no way around it. You can try chilling the dough, but you know, honestly, just accept its shape and move on. All right, we are ready to bake. So oven preheated to 325 regular, or 300 convection, although, you know, you're not trying to get any browning. The convection's not gonna do you any favors here, so I think we just stick with our standard issue oven setting, and we pop these babies in. They're gonna bake about 15 to 20 minutes. I'm gonna start checking in about 10, see what they're doing, maybe rotate my sheets, and then go from there. We're looking for them to kind of crack and brown. You do want them to bake all the way through. You know, it is a drier cookie, so you want them to be, you know, you don't want them to be dried out, but you do want them to be fully baked. If you don't bake them all the way through, they will be soft in the center, which is my jam, but not what you're supposed to do. Here they go. All right, our cookies are out. They have cooled completely. You wanna make sure that they are completely cool before you put them in the powdered sugar, or they will just absorb the powdered sugar and it will melt, and then they'll be sticky, and like, no, we don't want that. So we are going to take our cookies and create like a little assembly line. I made sure that I wore the most obnoxious shirt to do this with. And we're just gonna drop them in and kind of give them a little bath. Now you can do this in a baggie if you want and kind of shake them, but I do find that the only way to get this much powdered sugar on here is to do it this way. But you can also just kind of toss them in the powdered sugar in a bag, and then before you serve them, give it a little extra love. Now these cookies can be eaten the day that they're made, but they are best the day after. They just sit really nicely. They start to kind of, their flavors meld a little bit. You get, you know, a bit more, you know, it just tastes a little bit better. And that's it. That's all we have to do with those. Isn't that nice? Oh, man. I didn't even really get it all over me, which is a miracle, to be honest. All right. It's time to try. Yes, they'll be better tomorrow, but today, I've been waiting for this all day and I'm very excited. So, I'm gonna take one from over here. Here we go. This is gonna get everywhere. I have a powdered sugar situation. It's perfectly crumbly. And the pecans, there's like a little bit of crunch from the ones that we didn't grind. And it's like soft and it just like melts in your mouth, buttery. And the only flavors you get, it's not too sweet. You know, you get that nice flavor from the outside, that sweetness of the powdered sugar on the outside, but there wasn't too much sugar in the dough. And so it's just the overall sweetness level isn't very high. It's mostly like pecan and like toasty, roasty, buttery flavor, which, I mean, sounds like heaven to me.